Although it might feel a little bit weird, and although you're probably going to say, yeah, Emma, but it's different for me, episode 222 is going to show you why you should never be the first person that is touching your email inbox or your calendar. And there are just simple rules and ways to get this off you so you're not checking it every single day. People aren't putting their to-dos in your inbox, and you can carry on focusing on the fun stuff. Hello, it's Emma Mills here, and welcome to episode 222 of MiTV, which this week's topic is an oldie but a goodie, and I feel like it's one of those topics that no matter how much you know it, learn it, listen to it, understand it, most people still don't do it. And it's about being in your inbox, and this I feel like it applies to 99% of people, that you use your inbox as your to-do list. So as things come in, you reply to them with no thought as to whether that email is actually on your priority list, on your agenda. Like, it's wild if you think about it. I mean, imagine the time we had before email was a thing on our phones and before Blackberries, and like even back when I started my PA, I did not check my email. Like, I was logging into my Hotmail account, do you know, like it's sporadically. Whereas now I'm in the gym and I'm opening, you can open your emails and check them. It's one thing that takes so much of our time. We've let it happen, and we let other people's demands become our priority. And I want to put it to you that actually, to do the good work, to be where you should be focusing your time, I don't think anybody should be the only person in their inbox, is number one. And point number two is that you shouldn't be handling your diary appointments, your emails first. Somebody else should be doing 50% of it, 60, 70, 80, wherever you get comfortable moving to. They should be doing that first and leaving you with the smallest part of the inbox, the stuff that's like actually only you can decide, you can make a decision on, it's urgent for you and your information. I've had conversations with business owners where I've said to them, and I'll follow that up and I'll send you an email when we get off the phone, or I'll send you that by Friday. And I've had people say to me, oh yeah, no problem, I'll reply straight away because I'm always in it. And that is like the commonality with most business owners. It's like the plague of, you sit at your desk predominantly, and I know the people watching this are going, no I don't, I have my 90 minutes in the morning, I have 2 hours focus, I had Wednesday and Friday my focus days, and like this is where every business owner needs to get to. But if you don't have any controls or plans or any guidelines around your inbox, just stick with me for the next 4 minutes. So the first thing that's going to make this go amazingly well or very, very terribly is your mindset. In that, one, you have to be totally on board that it's not happening right now, but I know that to get to where I need to be, I can't be in my inbox all day. And the relief and pleasure that is going to come from understanding that somebody else has replied to an email or dealt with something or booked something in my calendar without me is going to far outweigh what happens between these 2 points. Because let's face it, does anything good come in life without some kind of challenge, struggle, problems, things to solve? And it's exactly the same with anything you delegate in your business. Your inbox, it's not going to be an exactly smooth sailing course, just like with anything in life. So you just have to be in that mindset of, I'm totally invested to get the end result, which is freedom, which is not tied to your inbox, which is things happening without you, which is things often happening better than if you were doing it. If you're going to read an email tomorrow or get back to somebody on Friday because you've forgotten, but actually if you start to have some rules and rhythm, people are getting replied to the same day or tops 24 hours later. I mean, imagine how fantastic that is going to be. So big point number one is just mindset around this. Having somebody helping there is bloody fantastic, but there's going to be blips, questions, a bit more work in the beginning to get these rules going, which is going to liberate your life. So now we've got our head in the right place. We're like, yes, I want liberation from my inbox. I need some help. Point two is to realize that you're not going to respond to emails first ever again. So what I mean by that is we're going to stop this kind of immediate, now obviously this is after we've implemented our lovely rules that I'm going to chat about, but after we have got an assistant in place, we're in the mindset and we need some help, we're going to let the assistant touch every email first and apply our rules, filter it, categorize it. There is no point you going in, and also it doesn't help like this. If you're then jumping in, replying to things, getting rid of them, it doesn't give the assistant the flow of the stuff that's going on in the inbox. Like they're missing parts of the puzzle, if you like, or pieces of the jigsaw. So you're not going to dive in anymore. You're going to agree with your assistant particular areas of the day that they go in, so whether it's like 9 and 3 or how, depending on how busy it is. So let's say we 9 and 3, you know that after those times you can go in and deal with the emails that have been left for you. So one, we need to get our head in the right place, that we're for this and there's going to be blips and bumps in the road, and we're going to allow a few problems to happen because it's just going to happen to get to a much better place. And 2, you aren't going to be getting to your emails first. You're going to let your assistant, give them the good grace of taking control, understanding it, giving them 2 or 3 weeks to get up to speed with that while we get into this process, and you will be left with exactly what you should be dealing with. And then we're going to look at point number 3, which is some very simple rules, which is the MyPA way of dealing with the inbox, that's going to help you get out of it forever. So number 3, some really simple rules that is going to make your inbox a joy to be in. If you have lots of folders in your inbox, I'm telling you now, that is a very bad idea. I don't care what kind of industry you're in, whether you have lots of clients, whether they have references, numbers, whatever it might be. Having lots of folders in your inbox is 1, not conducive to getting any help in there, and 2, just a complete waste of time, in my opinion. Having a really simple folder structure, and the real irony about having lots of folders is that most people never ever go back into those folders ever again. They're very diligent and spend a lot of time filing it away and making sure this email from Joe Smith goes into the ABC client folder category, and these things never get looked at again. Or ironically, if you do try and find something, you go into the search bar anyway. So we don't like folders. I don't see the point of them, and we just have some very simple folders. So in my inbox, we have an Emma to deal with folder, and this folder contains emails that have been put through all of our rules by MiTV, and everything there is left for things that I specifically need to reply to. So I don't know, an example might be an ongoing conversation that I'm having with our IT provider about negotiating their contract, or something that's ongoing, like something that specifically I am handling and have not offloaded. It might be something personal that I need to read or see. Like these things have been through her filter system to understand if she can do something with it, escalate it, book it in, forward it to somebody, whether it's just somebody else in the team, or go through her process. So Emma dealing with is my new inbox, and in there, or in the labels or in the folder, that is where all my emails now sit. And aside from that, we just have a few more folders. So Bex to deal with and Bex dealing with. So this might be PA to deal with, PA dealing with. Really simple. Everything she's dealt with in my inbox goes into Bex dealt with. And so really simple, if I'm like unsure about, I wonder what happened to that, or did they email about that, I can just look in the folder, I can search, and it will be in there. Bex dealing with is everything that she is in the middle of doing. So she might be arranging an appointment and is waiting for the other party to respond back. She might be researching something and is waiting for notes back on, quotes that she sent out. She might be organising something internally. It's basically things that are in the middle of being sorted. So again, if I'm thinking about something that we've chatted about, I wonder if that's been done, or if I need to find it, if I need to see an email, it's in Bex dealing with, and I can see that Bex is on it and she's dealing with it. My other folder, after looking at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of business owners' inboxes, we all have the same curse. We all love to learn and get information from other business owners, gurus, marketers, people that have got information that you want to pay for. And so we all get lots and lots of newsletters. And you see a lot of this, like in most of our clients' inboxes, the same newsletters are coming in there. And so we will have a marketing folder. And in that, we will move any of the people that our clients want to hear from. So whether it's MiTV coming into it, Nigel Botterill, Frank Kern, Tony Robbins, whoever it is that's coming into it, goes into there. And that's a folder where our client can go and have a look, read it in their own time. Maybe on a Saturday they're going to Costa and they look through the newsletters that have come in. Maybe, just maybe, which is most often what happens, they never go into that folder ever again, and most of the stuff that comes in and clutters your inbox and you feel you must take a look at, you actually didn't really need. So we put that into the newsletter folder. And then finally, the number one rule that I think people miss quite a lot what? Is instead of filing lots of things into folders, instead of being really fastidious about where stuff is put, every single email that is not in one of the folders we've talked about, the Emma dealing with, Bex to deal with, Bex dealt with, or newsletters gets archived. So we don't delete stuff. And archiving means that it's not in your inbox, it's in the archive folder. It's still very searchable. It's still there if you need it. You don't have to spend ages in a folder. You can easily search for a client name, a project name, and the email is still there, but it's just nicely archived away. Why on earth more people don't use the archive folder is beyond me, but that is like the final part to the piece of our puzzle in managing an inbox. And of course, inside the Bex to deal with and the Bex dealt with and the Emma to deal with, we start to build up one after another lots of rules of what that looks like and what things go into it. So I might say, okay, every time an email comes in from this VIP client, actually for the moment, can you put it in M to deal with because I've got some stuff going on that I need to sort with them? Or it might be that if a client comes in for our call answering, please can you forward it straight off to Alex, our team leader, because he deals with all of our MyCall clients. It could be that if somebody wants me to be on their podcast, we have a couple of questions that say we don't book anything in the same month because that's going to ruin the priorities of what's in my calendar. So we'll have a couple of rules of like, well, it's not in the same month. We get some dates of when it might be. We get an understanding of what the questions are, what the topics are they talk about on the podcast, and then we'll bring it to our weekly catch up of something to book in. And we start to build up the rules of what it looked like. And that's an ongoing process where we go, oh, the next time that comes in, do X. But having and it's not, I hope nobody's watching this going, wow, that sounds like a lot of work. It isn't. We have 4 simple folders, we archive everything, and we build up rules inside the folders. And honestly, it means that you no longer have to keep going, yeah, just deleting my emails, just looking, or I'm just going to reply to this quickly. Let somebody else get to know and understand your life and your inbox and deal with it for you. And if you would like help with this is absolutely our bread and butter work. And inbox management we can implement so efficiently for you and start to take you out of it and guide you through the process of getting you out of your inbox step by step, so you can focus on the stuff you love in your business. If you'd like to know more about how you can get a dedicated PA managing your inbox and getting you out of it, you know where I am, and hit me up. I hope this week's episode 222 gets your head out of your inbox this week. That and social media is the 2 worst places I feel like most of us spend our time, and gets you into the clouds. And I'll see you next week for episode 223. See you then. Bye bye.